I got my Savage Squad on here as well. All my leaders sent them a message. They said they got you, coach. They got me, coach. So they got on as well. And I just want to, every time I get an invite to speak to a team, I first of all, it's honored. I'm honored to do that, but also I'm just selling the dream to my leaders because I want them to really be the face facing the crowd, the person facing the crowd, not always thinking about the person they're in the face in the crowd, right? You want them to be the face facing the crowd one day. So this is something that I'm just sharing with them because I can't wait to be able to sit back in the crowd and watch them be talking to a team and motivate and inspire and get to share their story. So I'm like, well, shoot, I'm just going to take advantage of this thing and just get them in front of other people as well. But let's talk about Shay real quick since she's talking about me. So first of all, the first time I met Shay or heard about Shay, I don't know if somebody's mic is unmuted. Okay, so thank you. So the first time I heard it, I met Shay. This was at one of John Lennon's fast starts, and I went there, and she was and still is the hotness. Okay, she was the hotness, but she told her story how she was still making it happen even when she didn't have a car. And that story always stood with me because I'm like, you got to have something in you when you are in a position that way and you don't have a car and you're still making. At that time, for those of you who don't know, that's probably gotten in after the pandemic, we had to go around driving to people's houses and going to the office for op nights and things like that. So for you not to have a car and still make it happen, and she was killing it, and still killing it. But then at that point, you're still number one. You're still recruiting your butt off. You're still helping families and making it happen. That to me was like, okay, she's a no excuse type of woman. And that's what I like to be. I got to see her on trips. No, we didn't exchange a lot of words, but I watched from a distance because I'm like, I ain't no RVP yet, so I ain't gonna go in nobody's face. But I'm watching from a distance and I'm like, oh, that's Shavon, And it was absolutely amazing. I remember we were coming back from I think Bahamas this past last year, coming back from Bahamas, and we were sitting in the airport waiting, and we had a long layover. We were just sitting there, and I just was hearing her talk to the other people that were over there that was sitting around her. And I know you guys are like, well, man, this is my coach. I know about it. Let me tell you something. Yes, we get really comfortable sometimes when we're blessed with the leadership that we have, and you tend to forget the diamond, the jewel, the treasure that you have in front of you every day. You tend to forget that. So I don't want you to take it lightly. Yes, I'm here to talk about what my team and I are doing, but it's really about, reminding you who you have in front of you and your leader. And don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. Okay? Because of that woman, a lot of you guys wouldn't even be here. So don't forget that. And we become numb sometimes. We become numb to the voice that we constantly hear and think that it's like cliche, oh, that she's just gonna be there. You never know. So I just want to say yes. I just wanted to talk a little bit about her because she's an inspiration to me, and one of the people that I looked up to, still do in this business. And, I'm not RVP yet. I just, I'm almost there. I'm a RVP. I just haven't signed the contract yet. Right. But it's
yes.
just, yes.
Coming.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming, Shay. It's coming. I'm excited about it, but it's going to happen exactly the way God wants it. It's going to be organic, natural, and I'm excited about it. But yes, I just wanted to love on you real quick and let you know, Shay, to keep doing what you're doing. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. You're a big pillar for so many people in the business, and I appreciate you in so many ways, and you don't even know. And it's flattering to know that you're being watched by people that's been in the game for some time and doing some awesome things in the business. So I just wanted to thank you. And I just appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Shonda. Oh,
No
girl.
problem. No problem. All right. So she said something. I remember hearing her say this. She says she drops nuggets all the time. But she said, I remember one call she had mentioned. She said, I was born You'll be born, you're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your decisions. Okay? You're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your decisions. And that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me because the first time I ever heard her say that was on the Breakfast Club. And I was like, damn, that's deep. That really is deep. And I said, Dad, when I leave, I daggone sure don't want to be looking like I want to look like my decisions, but I want my decisions to be good decisions, right, Khalif? I want to be I want to be good decisions, right? And what she said before she introduced me, while she was introduced, she said, made a decision. And I know y'all heard that before. And I heard her say that before, but that hit home today because my question to you is, have you really made a decision? Have you made a decision, Tamika? Have you made a decision, Rhonda? Have you made a decision, Deborah? Have you made a decision, Shakaya? Have you made a decision? And how mad are you going to get about it? What are you going to do about it? Your lifestyle that you don't like right now. Are you going to settle and just leave it the way it is? Or are you going to do what you got to do? You guys, give me just a second, Shay. My daughter is calling me. I apologize. Give me just a second.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Hurry up. I'm on a call. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Oh, you fine, you fine.
Okay. Thank
Oh, y'all just see this. Y'all just goes to show, man. Even as a parent, you could do this. And she's a mother of what, five, right? Five. Look, high
Yes.
five. Okay.
That was my oldest. So I just sent it to the grocery store. I know it's late, but that's what she get for coming back late with my car. So she goes to the grocery store tonight. So listen, I love it. Listen, let me actually talk to you guys. If you are in a position to turn your camera on, I actually let you do that. I ask that you do that because I like to look at the faces that I'm talking to. I like to look at your expression. I like to see how engaged you are to the speaker. So if you are in the position to turn your camera on, please do, right? So, and I appreciate everybody that have already. But yes, that's a prime example of you deciding what you want to be at your and how you want to run your business. The excuses you put to a side. Like, look, I got 5 children. I have no time for excuses, y'all. I really don't. I have no time for excuses. And you probably are giving a whole lot of them right now. I'm tired. I work a job. I have children. I have backaches. I have health issues, right? I got to take care of my mom. I got to take care of my dad, right? I got to work 2 or 3 jobs. Well, guess what? That's a decision. 2 or 3 jobs is for 2 or 3 people. You need to make a decision on what you want your life to be like. God blesses your efforts, right? He blesses your efforts. So a lot of people talk about, girl, I'm gonna walk by faith. Yeah, because God said I need to walk by faith. Yes, he did. But he also said faith without works is dead. So you got to work this thing so God can bless it, right? So he can give you all of your heart's desires and give you everything that you work so hard for. But this is not social services, y'all. This is not social services. This is financial services. So let's get after this thing because this is serious. So let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna talk about my story a little bit. And for those of you who were on the Breakfast Club this morning, you got to hear a little bit of it. I didn't get to share a lot, actually, hardly, just a little bit of my story. But I was born and raised out in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I am one out of 4 children. I'm the oldest. And I came from very, very humble beginnings. I came from, and a lot of you guys probably could relate. Well, a lifestyle where I didn't have much. I appreciated my upbringing and the things I've been through, but it wasn't the best, y'all. It wasn't the best, and something I definitely don't want my kids to mimic a lifestyle like that. But when you come from a household where you got a drug addict father, you don't know if you're gonna come home from church and all your stuff is gonna still be in the house. You're constantly seeing your mom fighting, and you just don't, all the things around you is just like, man, you just got to get out. And that's my mentality has always been when I was younger, is that I couldn't see myself being there. And I end up getting married at a young age. It was like I was like 19 or believe or going turning 20 or something like that. And when I got married, I was still in college at the time. I had just had a baby, my oldest daughter, and I made a decision that we both left. We just said we didn't want to be there in that place because we didn't see anybody else was doing something that was different, and then we didn't want to mimic that lifestyle. So we moved to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we bought our first house, and life was okay. It was okay, but we were still living paycheck to paycheck. I remember walking from my house because we only had one car, and my husband at the time was had to work 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. And I decided to take a job at Lowe's, and I think at that time I was on my second pregnancy, and I was maybe almost close to being due, and I was walking from the house all the way to Lowe's, and it was about, I don't know, maybe about a good 5 mile walk to from where I was going, where I lived to Lowe's. And I remember having to do that and accepting a position just because I had to help. I wanted to help him. And I was never one of those people just to sit back and watch. I'm like, I gotta get in. I gotta be able to contribute. And I remember that. I remember having to take those odd jobs or to workplaces I didn't want to be. And I hated it, y'all. I hated it, you know and I said, God, one day I know something's gonna happen for me. So let's fast forward all the way up. So you got 4 more kids later, and I was working in a bank at the time, and at the time my husband and I had 2 businesses. I was working at the bank. I had a nonprofit that I had for 10 years, helping large families, and thought we were doing okay. Somebody invited me out to go see, go to check out Primerica at the time. And I didn't know what it was. And he really asked my husband to go check it out, but he told me to come with him. So I didn't know where we were going, guys. And I was not dressed appropriately. And people that know me, I was like, I'm very professional when it comes down to business. And I walked up in here and I saw that this was a daggone meeting. Y'all, if my eyes were freaking daggers, the person that invited my husband would have been dead 5 times. Okay. 5 times, I kid you not. I was that chick, like, I can't believe you done invited me out here. I cannot believe this. I was that chick, okay? And they had the nerve to sit me and my husband in the front of the daggone op meeting, y'all. In the front. I was some kind of hot. Now, this was New Year's Day. Now, I prayed to God that night before at watch night service. I said, God, I want you to put me in a position where I can bless 1,000 people. I don't have it. I don't know how you're gonna make it happen, but I want to be a blessing to 1,000 people this coming year. And I want to change my lifestyle. That was my prayer at watch night. We got invited to go to the meeting that next day, New Year's Day. Okay. And I'm sitting in this place. We're sitting in the front, and I look crazy as all get out. I had these yoga pants on that was like halfway, like quarter leg. I threw on some boots. Hopefully, luckily my boots were long enough where you couldn't tell that I had these yoga pants on. And I had a t-shirt that had Paris on it, it had like the Eiffel Tower and stuff on it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I ran back outside, and luckily I kept a blazer in my car. So I had this striped black and white blazer, and I threw it on top of me just so I can look professional. And I ran back inside, and I'm saying they had the nerve to put me in the front, my husband and I. And I remember seeing Coach Glenn Walden. I don't remember anything else about the op meeting but Coach Glenn Walden. And he got in front of me and my husband, and he asked my husband at the time, you know, if if can you do without your wife's income? That's what he asked my husband at the time. And men being big and bold, he said, yeah, I could do that. I looked at that brother. I said, oh, really? That's where we at right now. And I left in my mind mentally, I was already going off my job. Okay, I was gone. I signed my IBA that day because I heard Glenn Walden say legacy and generational wealth, and that man made $400,000 in a year, and he looked like me. Okay, I didn't know anybody else in my life or my family that said this or talked about this or believed it or even had the nerve to show it, and then tell me that he was going to help me get it too. I didn't have nobody like that. So it blew me away. And I said, well, why not? What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? So I signed my IBA, y'all. Got started that day. It took me a little while to get started, for maybe about a month, because I just didn't get the hang of everything right away. And then after a while, I started going on appointments, and my Coach Liddell said, put me in front of people, and I put him on 10 appointments and over a weekend. And I was like, let's rock, let's do what we got to do. And I caught on to Primerica. And I was like, man, this is different. I've never seen anything like this. So let me tell you something. When you are on the right path, the devil knows that too. Okay. So everything that's happening, because a lot of people said, dang, as soon as I said yes to Primerica, it felt like everything that you could think of starts happening. Right, Deborah? Everything that you can think of starts happening, right? My bills, I mean, we already had bills probably, but it felt like it was double the bills, like it was added on. Like I'm like, well, where the heck these bills come from? It was this friction, more friction between my husband and I. So now, fast forward a little bit, I'm no longer married. So I went through a divorce in this business. Okay, I have 5 children, and I already had them, but they had to deal with that. But you know what? I didn't give up. And a lot of people would have said, "Oh, I'm just going through so much. I got this divorce. I just can't." No, I had to hold on because I didn't have anything else, y'all. I had to fight something. God sometimes remembers. He reminds you, Rhonda. He reminds you of all the stuff that you were running from. And if y'all heard me earlier, I'm running from a nightmare so that my kids can live a dream. Okay. My kids can live a dream. I had to run from a nightmare. So I have to God got to constantly remind me of some stuff. Like, hey, what you doing? Why are you laying up off the gaff, Khalif? Like, you want to go back there? That's what you want to do? You want to live that life? Like, you okay with that? I'm not okay with that, y'all. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with living somebody else's life. I'm not okay with somebody dictating my life. I'm not okay. So I made a decision. I pushed through. Also, what happened while I was in the business, I'm giving y'all the reasons why, a lot of you guys would give the no excuse. This is a no excuse, no excuse. You got to get mad about about your life. Mad at what is it? Made a decision. I got mad about my life. So yes, I went through a divorce. That was nasty. And now we're best friends now, but it was still nasty. And a lot of people can't make it through that. But not only that, I lost my dad. And I sat down with him and my mom, who were pastors, right? Sat down with him and my mom, who were pastors. And I sat down, I said, hey, do you guys have your financial needs, financials in order? And do you have your life insurance? And then my parents looked at me and said, yeah. Who am I as a child to question that? At that time, that was my mind frame. But I wish I had, Khalif, I wish I had. Because a few months after I sat down with my parents, my dad passed away. And I found out that he ain't had nothing. He had no life insurance. He had no retirement. He left my mom with nothing but 4 months of a disability that it only lasted for 4 months for her. She lost her house. She had to shut down her ministry. She had to relocate. That financial burden fell on my siblings and I. And we weren't in the full, financial position to take care of all that. How you have a whole church and you still can't even get up the money to bury the bishop? That's craziness to me. That is craziness to me. And I made a promise that day that I would never put my kids in that situation. I would never leave them in that situation. My life insurance is the first bills that I pay. The first bills that I pay. Why? Because everything else that I'm paying for, my life insurance is going to take care of it for them. It is the first thing that I pay for them. I do not play around with that. We don't know the day nor the hour. My coach always says, you know your birthday, but you don't know your death date. And it's important that you get that situated. So not only that, y'all, let me tell you what else is happening while I'm in this business, while we're building, right? Because like I said, the devil works. My cousin, who was my best friend, she was my first cousin. She got diagnosed with breast cancer. And at 33, this was 2 months after my dad passed away. We get a call that she wants for her first cousins to come be at her bedside and back at home. It's 27 of us. Okay. And we all go back home to be in that hospital room with her. And we get to talk for a little bit. And I remember holding her hand and she looked at me. She said, Shonda, if I wish I would have known what you were doing 5 years ago, I wouldn't be dying, leaving my children with nothing. I wouldn't be dying, leaving them to have to struggle. Okay. And when I tell you guys, that was the most heartfelt thing, it hurt so bad because I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't do nothing about it. I just had to watch her. I had to watch her. right? And we are all in this room and we watch her take her last breath. Her last breath. And ever since my cousin died, my goddaughter, which is her oldest daughter, has been going through hell. Hell, y'all. Her dad started flipping out, stressed out because of the money. He got these kids, and you don't have men handle things differently than women. And he flipped out. He started going to drugs and alcohol. He started beating on the children, and now the kids got taken away. And my aunt is taking care of the kids, and we're all trying to pitch in. Let me tell you something. That life insurance could have gave him a different life, and I couldn't do nothing about it. So we are wasting time and we're not getting to people fast enough. You got to get mad at your decision or at your life and make a decision. You really do, y'all. So after all of this, you're going through all that. I done been through some hell and high water, but guess what? I don't use any of the things I go through as a crutch. My team barely knows when I'm going through something. I got to stay excited. Why? Because I'm fighting for them. I'm fighting. Shay is fighting for you guys. She has me in front of you, not for her, but for you guys. Y'all got to understand that this lifestyle that God has given you, it's a blessing. And you got to grab a hold of it. You ever know the parable in the Bible where he talks about he gives the talents and he leaves each one something, and then the one didn't do anything with it, or the money he gave, he buries it? Guess what, guys? It works the same way in this business. You don't take advantage of what you have. God can take that away and give it to somebody else. He can bless somebody else with it. You don't want it? You don't want it? You want to play games with it? You have to decide what you want to do. You got to decide how upset you're going to get about your situation and make a decision to make it happen. So listen, y'all. I want to come over. I'll go over this. I've been sharing this with my team about build. We're on a mission to go to recruit 1,000 people this year. When I got started in the business, my coach was on a project called Project 1000. And I decided that this year, that's going to be our coming out. Like, we're going to start Project 1000 as well. So we're going for 1,000 recruits. And we're off to a really good start right now, and I'm just excited about that. But this is what we're talking about. I want everybody, if you have a pen and paper, and if you don't, shame on you, because everybody that you ever get on a meeting or somebody's talking to you, you should always come ready. But build, I want y'all to write that down, okay? And be and build means that you got to be bold about this business, y'all. Y'all got to get bold about this thing, Deborah. Y'all got to get bold. How much do you really like and love Primerica? We hear the saying all the time, Primerica is caught, not taught, right? It's caught, not taught. You got to feel this in your bosom. I remember when I went to my first convention in 2017, and I remember Joe Ward standing on that stage, and he said, you got to get married to your destiny. I drove all the way to Indianapolis for one day because I couldn't afford to be there the whole time. All the way to Indianapolis for one day just to hear this man say, you got to get married to your destiny. And I decided that day that I was married to Primerica. I was married to Primerica. And I got after this thing. And I had to learn it. So I want y'all to understand, you got to get bold. The you and build is you got to get uncomfortable. Anybody else uncomfortable with what your situation is? What it look like, how it feel, your numbers, your recruiting numbers, your premium numbers, right? I see you. Yes, Miss Deborah. You get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable. Listen, success and comfortability doesn't go hand in hand. Success is uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable with your situation so you can continue to move. I always use the analogy. Imagine you're in this really small daggone plane, right? And the plane got these small behind seats and you sitting in there. And guess what? You uncomfortable. What do you do, Shay, when you're uncomfortable all the time? You keep moving, right? You keep moving your position. You slide on one butt cheek. You go on the other butt cheek. You slide to the edge of the seat. You slide back. You leaning over, but you keep moving though, right? Because you are uncomfortable. It's the same way about your business. You got to get uncomfortable. So you got to keep moving. Then the I am build is intentional. You got to get intentional about your success. Success is not by accident, it is planned. You have to get intentional about your success. What are you trying to make happen this year? Matter of fact, not trying, but what are you going to happen? Because your plan is going to make sure it happens for you. You got to get intentional, y'all. And then the L in build is the one that a lot of people forget, Shay. They forget to love on your people. Love on your people. That means outside of Primerica and inside of Primerica. There's people that still support you that's not in the business. They will send you some names and numbers. They'll put you in front of a loved one or a coworker. But you got to love on your people, love on your kids, love on your spouses. You got to love on your people that are still supporting you in your corner. Love on your teammates, love on your downlines. It's okay to be tough because I'm tough on mine, but they know I love them. You got to love, y'all. People do not care how much you know until you show them how much you care. We hear this all the time. You got to love. And then you got the last one, the L. Yeah, that we talking about L. We're in the last one is D. That means dominate. That's what I come to do this year. I ain't playing no daggone games. What y'all thought this was? Monopoly? Like, look, no, this is Primerica. You either playing or you're not. You either put the jersey on or you don't. You either gonna be the water boy and the water boy and the water girl and come wipe up the sweat. You either gonna decide to get in a mascot suit and to go jumping around and be over there acting silly, or you gonna put a jersey on and get on the daggone court and say, "Pass me the ball, coach. Pass me the ball. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to score." Or you gonna be somebody on the bleachers and you over here clapping like a seal, watching everybody go running up and down the court. What you want to do? Everybody got a position. You got to decide which one you want to play. We need the fans. You want to be a fan? We need fans. You want to be a water boy? I need somebody to wet my whistle sometimes because I be, my throat and my mouth is dry. I could use one of those. But no, what your team needs, what Shay needs is some key players. She needs a starting five, and she needs somebody on a bench ready to jump in when the starting five want to act up. Or when the starting five is going to get promoted. Who's going to step up off the bench and say, "I'm ready, coach. I'm ready, coach. Let me take my warm-up suit off real quick. I've been warming up enough, coach. I'm ready. Put me in the game. I'm ready to score. Give me the ball." You need to make the decision on what you want to do. It's time to dominate this thing. It's time to dominate your life. It's time to dominate your decisions, the way you think, the way you carry yourself, your mentality. You got to dominate your habits. You got to dominate everything, guys. It is time for you to make a decision and get after this thing because a lot of y'all playing with it. You playing with it. And people going to pass you by and you're going to be like, "Well, how the heck she do it?" Because she made a decision. How did Khalid do it? Because he made a decision. You got to get after this thing, y'all. You got to get after this thing. I don't know. You asking me that, Jay? I don't know who's that. You asking who
that's my husband. He was just
Oh,
asking
okay.
the team.
Oh, hey, Jay. What's going on? That is his name, Jay, right?
Yeah, Jamel.
Hey, Jamel. He said, "Who your starting five?" That's right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I got my start. I think all my five is on right now. But I don't play when it comes down to my leaders. I love them with everything I have. I love them because I know that they're next up and next in line, you know? So I'm gonna share this one thing with you guys, and I'm gonna open up for questions. I don't know how long that Shay gave me, but I hope I'm not over time and that I'm good at this moment because I definitely want to open up for questions if anything. But this is one thing that always stood with me. I don't know if everybody does this, but I want everybody to close their eyes. We're going to do this exercise, okay? Most of y'all got your cameras off, so it don't even matter. I don't even know if you got your eyes closed and open not. But those who got their video open, we're going to do this exercise, and I do this sometimes a lot. But I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to envision. I want you to envision standing in front of a tunnel. And in front of the tunnel, the inside the tunnel, when you look in there, it's pitch black, Shakia. It's pitch black. But God whispers in your ear, Shay, and he says, everything you ever wanted out of life, everything that you ever dreamed of, everything that you wanted to do is at the end of this tunnel. And if you can trust me enough to walk through this tunnel, I will make sure that I grant everything that you ever wanted. But you're gonna, now this is the thing though. He says you don't know what's gonna happen in this tunnel. He never tells you. It's pitch black. He doesn't tell you that it's death in this tunnel. He doesn't tell you it's divorce in this tunnel. He doesn't tell you that there is repossession in this tunnel. He doesn't say that their kids is going to work your last nerve in this tunnel. He doesn't say that there's sickness in this tunnel. He doesn't say that there's a negative bank account in this tunnel. He doesn't tell you that there's bills on top of bills on top of bills in this tunnel. He didn't say that there's going to be friends who are no longer going to be your friends by the time you get to the end of the tunnel. He didn't tell you all of that that's going to happen, but it all happens. And you decide to make that decision to walk in the tunnel. And while you walk through that tunnel, guys, there people are pushing you. They're tripping you. You're falling down and you get back up. You got people talking about you. They say, I can't believe you're doing that thing. I can't, oh, you want to act all brand new now? You don't want to come you don't want to come with us no more. You don't want to celebrate with us no more. Oh, you think you're good? Nobody want to hear that stuff. Nobody want to hear that pyramid crap. And you keep walking. Guess what? A loved one passed away that's really close to you, but you keep walking. The kids getting on your nerves. They ask you for everything. They're acting up, not doing well in school because you're just thinking that, they just feel like that's what they need to do to get some attention. But you keep walking, y'all. And while you're walking, the tears start to come down your face because the light at the end of the tunnel is very, very small. And the tears are strolling down because you're like, God, I feel like I'm in this by myself. And he's like, I'm right here, though. I'm right here, Deborah. I'm right here, Rhonda. I'm right here, Shakia. I'm right here, Khalif. I'm right here. And you walking through this tunnel and you keep getting tripped up and they throwing elbows at you. They stiff arming you. They punch you in your face. They stabbing you in your back. And you just keep crying, but you said, I got to make it because God said at the end of this tunnel, I'm going to get everything that he said that I wanted in my life. I just got to make it through the tunnel. I got to make it through the tunnel. So all of a sudden you start getting stronger and you start believing in yourself, just like you're believing in God. And you keep getting stronger. So now when the people try to stiff arm you, you slide out the way. When they try to trip you, you jump over their feet. When they try to hit you, you stiff arming them. You're doing spin moves on them because now you already know that the things are coming, but you're getting stronger. You're working on yourself. You're personally developing. You're reading your books. You're watching your videos. You're being coachable. You're staying close to the fire and you're going through this tunnel. And guess what? The light keeps getting bigger. It's starting to brighten up your tunnel and you start to see a glimpse of your dreams, your desires, everything you wanted. You keep seeing and you see Shay at the end of the tunnel. And she said, keep coming, y'all. Keep coming. You're almost there. You're almost there, Jonathan and Nicole. You're almost there, Angelina. You're almost there. Keep going. And so you start to pick up the pace and you start to run this time because you're almost there. You're almost there. And you bust out this tunnel. And Shay catches you in her arms and you're crying and Shay is crying. You know why? Because she knew exactly what it took for you to get through the tunnel. She knew exactly the pain that you had to endure. She remembers all the hurt she had to go through. But you know what the most, fulfilling thing is about all of that? You start hearing the footsteps of somebody else coming through the tunnel. The same tunnel that you just went through. And you turn around. And you yell to the tunnel and you say, keep going, Khalif. I'm right here, Khalif. Keep walking. I'm right here. The dreams is right here. I promise you, if you keep going, don't quit. I'm right here waiting for you. And while you're coaching that person to get through the tunnel, that person busts out. And they grab a hold of you. And guess what? The clothes is torn. And they're scratched up. And the tears are coming down their face. And snots is all over the place. And blood is all over the place because they fought. And you are right there. And they can barely stand up because their legs is like rubber. And you say, you made it. You made it. And everything that they want and everything that God promised them is right there. That's what this is like, y'all. This is what that fight is like in Primerica. You have no idea what God is about to bring you through. You just got to trust him enough that you will make it. You got to trust yourself enough. You got to believe in yourself enough that you're going to make it. So you can get this, so you can sign your RVP contract, so you can promote your RVP, so you can become an SVP. This is what you fighting for, y'all. Rechargeable bank accounts. Imagine that. Imagine that. $25,000 a month, $30,000 a month, Salam. $25,000 a month, y'all. $50,000 a month, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I can see that. I can see it happening for my life. So y'all can open up your eyes. I just want to share that exercise with y'all. And I don't want you ever to forget that you are in your own tunnel. Everybody's tunnel was different. Don't compare your struggles with somebody else's struggles. Don't compare somebody else's success with your success. You play your game. You be very coachable. You stay coachable to your coach. You show up to everything. You stay excited because excitement raises the dough. You can't recruit a superstar until you become a superstar. Everybody talking about I'm one recruit from an explosion. I'm one recruit from an explosion. But guess what, Shakir? You are the one recruit. You are the one recruit, Deborah. You can't attract what you not, what you aren't. So you gotta step your game up. You gotta do what you gotta do. Get ready to go through this tunnel. You're almost there. I'm almost there. So I hope that helps everybody. I hope that helps them.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Y'all. Almost through your tunnel, guys. Y'all, let's give it up. Y'all can come off mute. Y'all give it up for Shonda. Come off mute, y'all. Yes.
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 Way to go,
Thank
coach. Way
you.
to go.
My coach.
Get you in
Yes.
the field.
Gosh, that
Thanks.
is, girl. I don't know about everybody else. I see Deborah over there with the tissues. Let me go ahead. So what Glenn
I
said
know,
earlier,
right?
I'm gonna have to owe me a. I'm gonna start selling tissue, right?
Go Peaches.
Man, that was definitely amazing. Like I love that activity, like that right there. It helped me. It's even though I'm a regional vice president, even though I'm already making six figures, even though I'm not that far away from the 200,000, even though you still have to be, you're never too good in this business to be coached. You're never too good to be coached. And my team, they know how much I love them, how much I care about them, how much I want them to be successful. But man, you gotta want it for yourself. You gotta want the success. You gotta see yourself in that spot where you no longer have to tap dance for a job just to keep it. You no longer have to pray that the money that you need to keep your electricity on just comes in the next day. You no longer you can swipe your debit card without having to check the balance first. You can get up and catch a flight the next day. Like I knew that my life had changed when I was sitting in the middle of the bed with my husband last week, and it was midnight, and we had to get up at 5 a.m. to we had to get up at 5 a.m. to drive my son to Virginia. My son just moved to Virginia so he could finish high school. And I was just like, I do not feel like this 11-hour ride, because I wasn't about to drive a dang thing. But I was like, I don't feel like this 11-hour ride. And I'm just sitting there looking at my husband. It's midnight and he's looking at something on his phone. And I'm just like, we are not about to drive. I'm not about to get in the car with him. And I was like, you know what? I got the money and I'm being cheap. I said, God bless me with this money so I can spend it. I'm saving, I'm making money, saving money. I've already gotten out of debt. I tapped him. I said, baby. And he was like, what? I was like, we about to get a flight in the morning. I said, you not driving and I'm not riding. And I was like, we got our life insurance in place, but I ain't ready to use it. And so at that moment, I was able to get on, I was able to log into the internet and book a flight right then and there for me, my husband, and my son, and not even flinch when it came to paying it. Like it was nothing, and having to drop $5,000 right as soon as I got there for my son to go to that school, go to that private school, to have, I mean, just the ability to do those things. And I didn't have to save up for a whole year. I didn't have to wonder how it was going to get done. I didn't have to put myself, my husband, and my son in danger by riding in the car for 11 hours, knowing we was tired, knowing we had literally just buried my granddaddy that day and hadn't had any kind of rest. And so I was just like, no, we gonna do exactly what God has blessed us to do. And y'all, the same thing can happen for you. Like I was in that position 4 years ago where I had just gotten out of homelessness. I was in that position 4 years ago where I was a homeless school teacher with 2 kids as a single parent, trying to figure out like how am I gonna make things happen, praying and telling God, I know you didn't put me on this earth just to work, pay bills, and die. And every time, y'all, I knew when an explosion was about to happen in my business, because that's when literally shit would hit the fan. Like I just had to say it, shit would hit the fan. Like everything that could possibly go wrong would go wrong. And that's how I know an explosion is about to happen in my life right now. It's so many people on this call right now that's going through so much stuff, and I'm like I'm like they upset, they sad, they going through this and going through that. We're never going to outlive adversity. Adversity is coming, honey, whether you do Primerica or not. The thing is, what is your bank account going to look like when adversity hits? Are you going to have to beg your employer to give you the time to take off of work so you can handle that adversity? Or are you going to be in a position where you done made money, saved money, got out of debt, where you done put yourself in a position where you ain't got to beg another grown person, can you take off of work so you can be sick? So you can take off the work so you can be a mommy. So you can take off work. I retired my husband from the police department this past August. First of all, that was the only way he was going to be my husband, because I already told him, I was like, I'm not marrying an employee. It's not happening. And he put this 2-week notice in for his job, and we got married 5 days later. And so I wake up every morning and I see my husband laying next to me. We don't have to, we're up here talking about we're building a family and we going in the same direction, but every single morning he was going in one direction and I was going in the other direction and my kids going in another direction. That is division. How is that going in one direction together to build a solid family and build a solid household, and we going in different directions every morning? And coming home every night to talk to each other about how bad the job was. Too tired to spend time with our kids. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to do that anymore. We have gotten to the point where no, we ain't making all the money that we want to make, but we make enough money to do some of the things that we want to do. But y'all, this ain't good enough. This ain't good enough. Because I got to get to the point where I can literally swipe my debit card for anything and not have to check the balance. And so, I had to get Shonda on here today, because y'all need to, like, when people see me, they like, oh, Shay, she had 100,000. She don't know what I done been through. Just because I make money don't mean I don't go through nothing. Because you can make money broke and you can make money going through something. But guess what? Having the money makes it a whole lot different. Totally different. You're still going to go through. It's just, are you going to go through broke, or are you going to go through with some money? And so you gotta get mad about I'm mad about my situation. I'm like, I have attachment issues when it comes to my kids. Like, it is what it is. Make fun of me if you want to, folks. Like, he 18. I don't care. That's my firstborn. I did not want. It was so hard for me to drop him off in Virginia last week. And my husband was like, oh, you didn't cry. And I'm sitting here like holding the tears back, yeah, because I'm a boss, you know what I'm saying? Bosses don't cry. And I'm like, don't shed a tear. That's my baby. That is my baby. He texts me every single day, send me all types of crazy TikToks. But whatever the case may be, like, literally, like, he was out of school today. And the fact that I was literally thinking about booking a flight to just go spend the day with him today, and I just dropped him off last weekend. Like, but the fact that I can do that, what are y'all willing to do? Y'all, this is just a stepping stone to my next level. This is just a stepping stone. That's all it is. But what I want y'all to realize, like I said, I go through stuff just like everybody else go through stuff. I have deaths that occur. I've actually had a family member to die every single year I've been in this business. I've had family members to die with insurance. I had family members to die without insurance. And the one that died without insurance was one of the ones that died without insurance was my grandma, and her grown kids looked at me like the way my bank account set up. So I had to drop $11,000 to bury my grandma. But this the thing, guys. The Bible says leave an inheritance to your children's children. Leave a will, not a bill. And the fact that my grandma left me with a bill, that you know what I'm saying? I try to go back on the memories of her, but the last thing that I remember of my grandma is somebody dropping an $11,000 bill off in my lap to put her in the ground. Y'all, you don't get life insurance you don't put life insurance to put yourself in the graveyard. The same way you don't put your car, you don't get auto insurance to put your car in the junkyard. Life insurance is to replace a thing, and y'all gotta realize, y'all got, like John Lavin said, he said he is on who said this? April said she's on a personal crusade to cancel the fish fries. Y'all gotta stop being afraid to help people. Are you going to put more power into your fear, or are you going to put more power into your desires? People can only say yes or no. It's only two things they can say. And guess what? The no's don't pay you, the yeses do. Y'all, the more people's lives that you change, the more people that you recruit and take them through your RVP system, the more people that you sit down and you talk to them about making sure that they can put a plan in place to protect their family's income. The more people you do that for, the closer you are to freedom. All you got to do, y'all, all we do is we sit down and we have meaningful conversations with people on how to change their life. That's it. That's it. That's all we do. And
can I jump in here real quick, Shay? So with everything that she's saying on that and what we do, but I want everybody to understand that you didn't come in Primerica to make friends. And when you sit down in front of these people, I don't care. You got to get, she talk about being bold, and you got to make, when I talk about being bold about your business, get to the point that I'm not in front of you for you to like me.
Hello.
I'm not in front of you for you to like. I could care less if you want to say, if you don't say nothing else to me, but I will do whatever I got to do to disturb you. My job is to disturb you. I want you to feel uncomfortable when I leave you. I want you to be thinking about me when you don't make that decision to move forward. That's what I want you to do. Right. It's not about making friends. I could care less, but I bet you your family will love me. Right. Go ahead and pass away. I bet you your family would love the fact that I sat down with them and made you feel uncomfortable, because they are now taken care of. So I want you guys to get in that. Everything that Shay is talking about is absolutely facts. It's facts. But some of us get to the point that you're too scared to ruffle some feathers. It's time for you to put on the boxing gloves, okay? Put on your robe and march your happy behind into the middle of the ring, and let's get ready to thump. Because guess what? There's some people that think that they know everything. They're straight. They do the magic quote, I'm good. You got to let them know, I could care less if you like me or not. I'm here to disturb you. You're not going to like what I say, because I'm here to make sure your family is straight. I'm here to make sure your family is straight. It ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with that little baby that you just gave birth to. It has to do with the little kids that you talking about you love so much. People kill me. I would do anything for my kids. I throw that right back at them. I ask them questions. So what would you do? You're like, moms do it. You would do anything for your kid, huh? Yes, I would. Well, would you get your life insurance?
Right.
Would you protect your income? Would you start your investments? Would you start there for your kids? And it's okay to challenge people. Who cares? You may never see this person again when you get in front of them, but you better make an impact. You better make an impression that they would never forget you. They would never forget you, because you got to hit home. I ain't talking about being rude. I'm talking about being a disturbance in the right way. So that's what that boldness is. I want y'all to get out of that. Oh, I just got to be so nice. And yeah, you got to be nice, but it's called nice nasty sometimes.
Hello.
Sometimes use their kids as a pawn or whatever. You say you love your kids. That's your child that's over there that just walked past the screen. Oh, tell your baby to come here real quick. Tell him to come here real quick. Now, did you just tell me that you wanted to wait a month? Well, I want you to look at that child and tell that baby that you don't care nothing about their welfare if God decides to call you home tomorrow.
Hello.
That you rather pay for the cable bill and not leave them a legacy. Not make sure that all this stuff is still taken care of for them. Use that. What does it hurt? So what? That won't be your friend no more. I could care less. You could care less. I lost a whole lot of friends. Right. I lost a whole lot of friends because you were irresponsible. How dare you put that responsibility on me? Check them. How dare you put that responsibility on me? Are you crazy? How selfish are you that you will say you will leave that responsibility onto your family?
Right.
They didn't give birth to these children. They didn't make these babies. How dare you? And you got to be okay with checking people. Keep it moving. It ain't your life after you do everything you could do. You put your hands up and say, God, I gave it everything I got. If anything happens, listen, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. My family, no, I don't ask me for a daggone dime.
Hello.
If I talk to you and you know what I do, oh, don't ask me for a dime. Okay? It's not even happening. Don't even look at me. You got to get bold, y'all. You got to get bold. I just wanted to jump in. I apologize.
Shay, no. They needed to hear that because I literally have said, you know, what is fear going to do? Fear don't pay you. Fear is not going to make sure that their family is covered. And guess what? Even if you ruffle their feathers, if you don't ruffle their feathers, they getting off the call and they don't have a plan. If you ruffle their feathers and they don't like that you ruffle their feathers and they mad at you, they're gonna get off the call without their plan. You might as well educate them, ruffle those feathers, and make sure that they listen. That they guess what? I've ruffled some feathers in the past. Those same feathers are the same ones that called me once they already got COVID, and there's nothing that I can do. Those same feathers that I've ruffled that decided not to get the plan because I told them, I said, I'm not being rude, I'm being real. There's a difference. I'm making sure that you understand, like, you're telling me that you don't, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it next month. I gotta reschedule again. You've been rescheduling. You just rescheduled 4 or 5 times since last summer. Something happens to you. You know what? Stop what you're doing right now and put it on paper that you said you're going to reschedule for this particular day, and also put on there that you rescheduled with me 4 to 5 times. So if you pass away, the last thing that I can show your family is that you reschedule to get it done. But you can't reschedule your death. It's happening when it happens. What are you going to do about it? Y'all, I say it all the time, my life insurance is my most important bill. Because that is what's going to make sure that my family, if I don't want to, I got to pay my cell phone bill. I got to pay my mortgage. I got to pay my rent. I got to pay the electricity bill. And at the end of the day, you pass away, you got no life insurance, that electricity is still going off. That house is still going to be gone. That car is still going to be gone. That gas is still going to run out. Your phone bill is still going to get cut off. So pay the policy so that you can make sure that if something happens to you, those lights can stay on. That house can stay with your family. You know, so Shonda, you definitely, man. I know we got to get out of here. Anybody got at least? Can I get 1 or 2 people to ask a question? 1 or 2 people to ask a question.
I have a question.
All
How
right, go
do
ahead.
you keep your team motivated to keep winning when so many people turn around and leave, and then they get depressed and they're like, "Well, I don't know if I could do
I
this
know.
because everybody keep quitting or they don't answer." I try to keep them motivated and tell them, "Forget it. It doesn't matter. Keep going."
Sorry about that. That's actually a great question. My leaders could probably answer that better than I can, and tell you kind of what I do for them. But I do want to say this, that there's no such thing as motivating someone else. You can't motivate anybody. Like, I don't know if I know Shay has said that to you guys before, because she said at the beginning of the call, motivation is an inner thing. Okay. It's an inner thing. You gotta, if nobody can motivate, I can inspire you. Okay. I don't know, I'm getting some feedback. I don't know what that is. But
It's it's an echo.
okay. It's an inner thing, okay? But let me tell you something. All you can do, Deborah, is love on your people. Okay? Don't get, I always tell my people this too. I will win with you, but I will not lose with you. I will win with you, but I will not lose with you. You give them time. Let them know that this is an open door policy. You can come talk to me at any time. You can call me up. You can vent. You can yell. You can cuss. You can scream, whatever you got, but you got 10 minutes. Get it all out. After you get it out, you done. You good. You feel all right? Dust your shoulders off. And what my girl Siobhan Landry say, fix your crown and work harder. That's what it is. Everybody got emotions. You got to address them. I hate when people say, oh, this is, you got to suppress your emotions. Yes, but emotions still exist. God still made them for a reason. Let them out. Mental illness is serious. That's called suppressing how you feel. Get it out. Now you feel better. Now let's work. But you still love on your people. And guess what? If they're not ready to move yet, my coach always said, move the ball to the other side of the field. Keep it moving. Check on them. How you doing? You feeling all right? Okay, well, let me know when you're ready to get back in the game, girl. I love you. Good. All right. And you go down the other side of the ball and y'all keep the game playing. You ain't got time to wait, because if you keep dealing with the people that got to get motivated all the time, if their bank account don't motivate them, if their situation don't motivate them, Deborah, ain't nothing that you can do. It is nothing that you can do. All you can do is love on them, and you still keep leading from the front. You keep doing what you got to do. You stay motivated. That's all you can do. Okay, so I hope that helps you. I don't have a secret remedy for that, but I just know that's just how it works for me. There's no excuses. I love you. I'm not gonna lose with you, but I'll win with you. I'm gonna check on you. I'm gonna let you sit here on the bench and get yourself together, but I'm gonna go keep running the ball down the other side, because we got to keep going. And I know we got to go in a little bit, but I don't know, one of my leaders, which one of y'all want to talk about that real quick? Y'all got like 30 seconds. I could just talk about how I worked that. But I don't know anybody, either one of y'all, Angelina. Oh, look at my girl, Miss Banks. Oh, so you just gonna sit there and not say nothing, Miss Superstar? How you been, love bug? I'm sorry, y'all. This is Shalorio Banks. If y'all don't know who she is, y'all better know today. How are you, gorgeous?
It's getting better. It's getting better. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing amazing. I was wondering where you was. I was wondering where I had to go down the line real quick and then see your face. And I said, there she go. So I had to say hi. I had to say hi, baby. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'm missing seeing your hearing your voice. So keep doing the daggone thing, okay?
You too, baby.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say hi to my girl. I'm sorry, Shay. All right. Any one of my teammates really quick want to jump in real quick? And I don't know if somebody else had an answer. No, if neither one of y'all got it, don't worry about it. All right. So let's keep on. Anybody else got a question?
So Shonda, what were your numbers last month, and where are you currently right now?
Okay, so right now, last month we finished at 31 recruits and 10, I think it was like 10,000 in premium. And far as our recruits, where we are now, we're at 41 recruits at this moment. We're a little over 5,000 in premium. It ain't the best with premium, but I ain't worried about it. It's coming. But that's where we are right now. Our goal is to go for 100 recruits. Our mindset is all about recruiting. Recruiting brings in where we want to go. So that's where we are right now. We're at 41.5, and our goal is going for 100 recruits. And that's what we are right now.
And you are a regional leader?
I'm a regional leader.
She's a regional leader. How long have you been in the business?
4 years.
4 years. And so you just made the decision. I mean, we like halfway mark of the month. And so you just made a decision. And so what did that look like you personally, because you've already beat your last month recruiting numbers, and you ain't got to explain to me. I know we hear a lot of people that say, get your premium up to where you recruit. Yeah, we're a recruiting hierarchy. Okay, we focus on recruiting, putting people in a position. The premium is coming. The premium is coming. Just keep putting the people through the system. The premium is coming. And so, what did that look like? That switch.
Really, it was just about, we wanted to. One thing about it is that when you got people that's coming into your business and they have a dream, it automatically motivates you, because if you don't have a big enough dream, then nobody else can fit in it. I have some awesome leaders. I got some new leaders that are coming up. So what y'all see on the call right now, you see Angelina Moore. She's been with me one of my day ones. You see Jonathan Nicole. They're new. They haven't even been in the business for, I think, 2 months yet, and they're already at district, and they're going to getting their license. But their mindset is like, okay, we going for 25 recruits. Well, how the heck am I going to say I'm going for only 30 or 40 recruits if they're going for 25? It doesn't make sense. So my mindset was like, I have to have a big enough goal that is so scary, but still obtainable if we work the system the right way. Because I got to make sure that their dream can fit in what I'm saying. And that's why I go for that big goal. We also have Big Meech. We call him Big Meech. Demetrius Moore on here as well. Straight beast. He gonna be coming, and y'all look out for that brother as well. I think we have Roderick Hood. I call him my clutch because he always comes in and clutch. And I don't know if the rest of my teammates got on or not. Baby Pitt. Everybody calls me Pit Bull, but Baby Pitt as well. But these are the team. These are my players that are coming up. But I gotta make sure that I have a big enough dream. So it just shifted, Shay. It was just complete domination. It was complete domination for me. Oh, my baby Keela's here. I couldn't see her. Oh, Akila, y'all see her as Changed Lives, but that's my girl. I think she's over at, like, I don't know, maybe about 18, 19 recruits right now. Probably a little bit more than that, I believe. Probably hitting about 20, 21. I don't know. I think that's what she is. But that's she's a beast. And let me tell you, when I saw her, when she first got into business, she was a crybaby. I could talk about her right now because she's a beast. But my baby she was always crying. She was like, Coach, I don't know if I could do this. I'll do that. But that girl turned all the way up. She had that baby. She turned all the way up. Now she's talking about RVP. She gonna do this. She done claimed her number for the $1 million.
Hey,
it's a mindset. It's a mindset, y'all. And I always tell people, and I don't know if y'all heard this before, but you got to follow the system. And I always tell this, and my team probably tired of hearing me say it, but I could care less. Let me tell you, you got to follow the system. System stands for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. Save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money. You trying to create your own system, and the system already in place. Stop trying to recreate the wheel. Come up in here, learn the system, wash your brain, right? So that you can learn something new and absorb this thing and make a decision and get after it. I came to dominate. Project 1000 is happening. I'm going to be an RVP. We're going to make over 150, going straight to 200,000. We're going to go ahead and get this watch along the way, getting it. It's just a stepping stool, because I got some other people that I'm looking to promote as RVP, and I got to get the hell out the way. Hello. I got to get out the way. And I'm scared, Shay. If I could be honest, I'm really scared that I can miss the boat if I don't accelerate. That's the thing. Do you see how we are moving in this company? Mm-hmm. We were being straight fool not to jump on the boat and get left on the docks.
Right.
Because we're scared to move our feet. We're too scared to open our mouth. Right? I am too scared. I'm too scared to let up. Because if I let up, I lose my dream, which means that they lost their dream, and I can't afford that.
Right. Right. And so when you this will be my last question. Yeah, we're going out of time. But so with that, so do you meet with your team as a regional leader? Do you meet with your team outside of your regional vice president?
Absolutely. We have accountability calls 3 times a week. And then our leaders have accountability calls every morning with our VPs, our coach Glenn and Coach Laudell. So I do my own meetings with my team.
And do you do their interviews? Do you lead the op meetings? Do you do
Well, I do for the most part. I do most of the interviews, and I run them. That we doing sometimes about 10, 15 interviews a day, and we just get it, and we just keep it moving. And between that, we have KTs, and we just run the system, and we keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And the interviews are more in a group setting, so we just knock them out all at one time and keep it moving. And that's just kind of that's how we roll.
Okay, and so let's say that you recruit me. You just recruited me today,
Mm-hmm.
and so you just did my IBA. What are you doing next?
Right then we're actually getting your app downloaded, making sure you get that bonus from one, and then we're getting that name list. We're setting up your launch because we got to launch you. You know, we have I hear we just did a pivot move because we realized that when you recruiting a lot of people and it's moving super fast, you got to create a system that things are not falling too far out through the cracks, and you got to be able to be on everything. So right now we're like, when you first get into business, within the first 24 to 48 hours, you got to get a recruit. Within the first 2 weeks, you got to be going already to district. Within that other 2 weeks, within that 2 weeks as well, you are should be studying or going ready, get prepared to go in class to go, you get your license. So we're talking about district promotions. We're talking about moving fast. You want to go big, you want to go slow, you want to go, we want to see the hungry people, and we got to get their promotional list. That's another thing. We making sure we got to get their promotional list so that we can go ahead and start building for them, and they can see they can see the success of the team. Not no coming in talking about I got to learn everything first. No, we want to move first. We got to get you a recruit. A recruit is not a recruit until you get a recruit. So that's what we talk about. We go right in talking about your name list, as far as your promotion, making sure we get a recruit within 24 to 48 hours, and we race in the district.
Awesome, awesome. And so, Shonda, this was definitely amazing. I am so excited about where you are, where you come from, where you're going, and I can't wait to see you at the top. You headed there, honey. You are headed there. And look, I got to get moving because look, she can't go past me. But now we
No
don't.
comments, sis.
Look, come on, let's make it happen, huh? Let's make it happen. And so, guys, y'all, let's give it up again for Shonda Barnes. Okay, man. Look, Grind Time Assassins up in here, and we got the Savage. What's your base shop name again?
Team Savage.
Team Savage. Come on, let's get it, guys. Man, definitely excited. And so, team, don't forget tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. Make sure that y'all are on our morning training. We actually have a speaker tomorrow morning as well. Her name is Chili Timothy. Man, this young lady, the numbers that she did last year to go over 100,000, what she's doing right now. And I just know her story, and it's definitely been amazing. And so, guys, make sure y'all get up, rise and grind, and let's make it happen. Thank you, Shonda. You were amazing. And anytime you need me to speak to your team, anything that you need, honey, I'm always there. Just ask. I'm going to make the time. Let's go.
Thank you. I appreciate it, sis. Y'all get it. I appreciate the time.
Thanks, Shonda.
No problem. No problem. Anytime. I'm definitely coming to get you, Shay, so you can come talk to my team. You a beast. And I'm just excited. Let's get it, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's go. Hey, y'all have a good night.
Good night.
GTA, where y'all at?
Good night, and thank you.
No problem, no problem. And then y'all want to stick around and talk about what y'all got from this? Y'all got 10 more minutes out of my life, and I'm going to go.
Shay, I'm so full. I'm so full from this morning with her and with the Philly Rappers Club, and then this evening. Thank you, because between this morning and now, I got so sick. When I was on the thing today, I was sick as a dog, but I just had, even though my recruits didn't get on like they were supposed to, I had my thing in my ear and I was laying in the bed sick, just still listening and going, listening at you doing the F&As today. Thank you.
Yeah, like you just said, you like even with what you just said, my recruits not getting on like they're supposed to. Like your recruits did exactly what they were supposed to do. If they didn't get on, that's on them. That's their loss. Go get more people. Go get more people. I got some people that I would have loved to have been on this call tonight to hear what this young lady had to say. But guess what? I'm rocking with the people that's rocking with themselves. I'm rocking with the people that's rocking with me. And I got a list of everybody that was on here tonight, and y'all are the people that I'm paying the close attention to and that I'm going to help succeed. But you got to be willing to put in the work to help yourself succeed. Don't be looking for the recruit to come in and be your explosion. You be the recruit. You got to be the recruit first. This young lady, she a regional leader. Her number's better than ours. She had 41 recruits and 5,000 in premium. We are like 20 and like 3,000. My numbers ain't never been that low. I told my husband, if I gotta go do it, then I'm gonna do it. If I gotta go do it, I'm gonna go do it. I don't lose. I don't lose. And if that means we're not helping, somebody ain't being helped. Somebody ain't getting their plan in place. Somebody ain't securing their income. And we only at 3. So like I told my husband, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna be the recruit. If nobody else wanna be the recruit, I'm gonna be the recruit. I'm gonna be my own recruit. And so, but I'm gonna always put people in front of y'all that can inspire you, but motivation is from within. For you to wake up in the morning and get on a call, for you to wake up in the morning and make phone calls, for you to stay up this late at night, y'all talking about late. It's 11:19 their time right now. They're in Virginia. It's 11:19 their time, and they followed not their regional vice president on here. They followed their regional leader on here. And so, man, can't be afraid. Can't be afraid to ruffle feathers and tell these folks. If they ain't got it, yo, I refuse to see another person die who I could have helped because I ain't say something. And so, I'm sorry, I'm hungry. I ain't ate all day. Eat my muffin. But hope to see a lot of y'all in the morning. We got Chili Timothy in the morning. She's gonna lead our training tomorrow morning. So get y'all people on tomorrow. For the ones that can't get on, I know some people gotta work. Hopefully y'all decide to wake up in the morning and get it going. Now are you gonna give your time to the Sandman? Are you gonna get up and get your business moving? Millionaires don't sleep past 6. If you ain't making 6 figures, you can't sleep past 6. If you ain't making 7 figures, you can't sleep past 7. And I ain't making 7 figures, so I gotta get up. So I love y'all. I've been going here and put my ashy feet on my husband. They cold. Y'all have a good night. Congratulations to everybody that scored today. Congratulations, Shakia, who got 2 directs today. Let's go.
These meetings done fired me up today. And believe it or not, I think what has been my biggest motivation, and y'all might have seen, I've been kind of down this last week or so, and it's because my granny moved. And that's been my strongest, like, Shay say she attached to her son, I'm attached to my granny. And she moved to Clarksville, and I live in Nashville. So that's an hour and a half away. And I'm not okay with that because I'm used to being where she is. We always been conjoined at the hip. And
good night.
The only way I'm going to make it where she can be comfortable and live with me, if that's what I want, is for me to do this business and become successful in this business so I can buy a house big enough for her to live in it and be comfortable. So that's my drive. Is I'm uncomfortable right now because she's not here. My kids are uncomfortable because she's not here. So I got to do something.
So that's your what. That's your what and your why. Now you got to determine what's your when. When you gonna get that house? Because now you got to put yourself on a timeline. You got to put yourself on you got to give yourself a deadline. and hold yourself accountable to making it happen. That's how you know it's real. You got your what, you got your why, you want that what, right? Right? And so when you gonna make it happen? About what's your date? You need to come over. I'm gonna give you go pray about it, dream about it, think about it, whatever you gotta do. But you one of the first people that I've heard have a true what, why. Now I need to hear the when. And then I'm gonna hold you to that. And so everybody else, find out what, your why, and your when is. And stick to it. That's how you know you're ready to win. When you got something that you truly fighting for, and you stick to it, and you do what it takes. And I can see it because you went and got 2 recruits today. Actually, a lot of your recruits that you've been getting are more, even though you are young, you're not necessarily truly in the market, but you've been recruiting market people, and I'm proud of you for that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Even the lady today that said she'll put the post on the page for you, get her to do it. Because she know more people that's around her age. And you gotta, if you're gonna lead the people, it's time for you to do what it takes to lead the people. And you're gonna have to rise up and make it happen. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I thank y'all for not giving up on me, because I know I can be a hard head.
Oh yeah.
Being a T, it's kind of hard to just listen to what somebody say and just do it. But I'm realizing, I'm making it hard on myself by not just listening. I know how I'm used to being and how I've always did things, and now I gotta adjust to something different. And I need to just listen to what y'all telling me to do and just do it, because it's not that hard. Like, I got those 2 recruits, and I was just inboxing people on Facebook.
Get rid of that
That
T.
literally was it.
Get rid of that T. I'm gonna show you what a T really is. So you every time you think about calling yourself a T, I showed Jamil this. It's something my son sent me. I'm like, boy, once they be sending me these little TikToks every day. Every time you think about T or being a T, this is what I want you to think. Pull it up. You better be a G and get going.
Jingle bell, jingle what time do you start, Johnny? Jingle bell swing.
With tea pancake.
Jingle bell, jingle what time do you start, Johnny? Jingle bell swing.
Get you a tea pancake. No more tea. Every time you think about being a
none
tea.
at all. Not even tea for think.
Right. Look, go eat you a tea pancake. So and so okay, y'all, I love y'all. Good night. I gotta go get in the bed on time so I can wake up on time. Let's go. I will win with you, but I will not lose with you. So
Amen.
love you.